Yeah, yeah. Cut it, 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 cut it.
Hip thrust, hip thrust, hip thrust. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but let me mention it again. I do not enjoy doing hip thrusts whatsoever. I like it a little better now that I'm able to do it properly on the leg extension machine. So I started out the day with glute hip thrust on the leg extension machine. I did 5 sets of 12, really squeezing the glutes and pausing at the top. To really warm my lower body and my upper body, I decided to superset this with goblet squats, and I'm using a 20-pound kettlebell. This was actually my first time doing the goblet squats with the kettlebell. I usually do the goblet squats with a dumbbell because my last gym didn't have kettlebells. Because this was the second movement for my superset, I decided to do 5 sets of 10. Goblet squats works the glutes, hamstrings, and the quads.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. At the moonlight, it feels like that I almost got your heart. You try to scream, but Tara, take the sound before you make it.
Next, I did the hip abduction, and I did 5 sets of 10. Once again, I went nice and slow, and my main focus was, of course, squeezing the glutes. I find that this machine is different for everyone. For some, if they sit back, they feel it more in their glutes, and for some, if they lean forward more, they feel it in their glutes. You just have to play around with the machine and see what works for you. So I usually don't record my hamstring machine movements because it takes about a minute and a half to complete one set, and that's because I try my best to control the weight and go as slow as possible so that I can feel it in my hamstrings. I did 5 sets of 12, and I kept the weight the same the entire time. I also superset this movement with goblet squats as well. This is a clip that is a minute and a half long, and I am done my voiceover portion of this exercise, so I will cut the clip short here. Next, I move on to good mornings, and I did 5 sets of 12 to 15 reps. I mostly feel this in my hamstrings. I can feel a really good stretch in my hamstrings, so I try my best to squeeze my glutes when I come up. I've been bringing back a lot of my old school movements. Good mornings is one of them, and of course the goblet squats is another. I increased the weight 3 times while doing this.
You start to freeze, and so it looks you right into the eye.
So when I do my cable squats, I usually use the rope, but I decided to switch it up. I am using the close grip bar from the row machine. It's more like a front squat or goblet squat. I actually like it. On my last leg day, when I did the cable squats, I did 10 squats and then I did 10 pulsing squats. So this time I just decided to switch it up and do the pulsing squats first. That way I can get the burn really good in my legs. And then I went on to do 8 to 10 reps of the regular squats.
It ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe. Tell your man pipe up, nigga pipe up. And it bands from the safe in your face when you say money dance, turn the shit into a nightclub.
Yeah, fuck with me and get some money, Ay, fuck with me and get some money, Ay, yeah, fuck with me and get some money.
Cut it, 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 cut it.